Hey everybody, welcome back to Northwest Small Batch Brewing. I am Steven, and today is the video that I'm sure that you are all expecting, only because I do it every single month at the end of the month, which is the tasting video of the 3 beers that I made that are sort of a higher alcohol content beer that I'm letting age, and seeing if I notice any difference as they age. So before I get started, if you're new here, take a look around my channel. I do a lot of videos on homebrewing and tips and how to brew and different steps of the brewing process, beer, cider. I like to take theories and ideas, and if I can't find an answer online or by asking people, I just try it out myself and see what happens and come to my own conclusions. So check all that stuff out if it's something you're into. It would help me out a lot if you hit the like button, the little thumbs up. And while you're there, hit the little bell icon, the subscribe button, so that way you get notified every time I put out a new video. In fact, you don't want to miss it. Next week will be the next full brew day beer. So next Monday, you should be able to see the full start to finish, grain to glass, brew a video for the next smash beer in my series of 4 smash beers. So let's get started. This is my chocolate cherry oaked whiskey beer, stout thing. 8% ABV. It would have been higher if you want to look at the full brew video for this one. You can find out why. I'm not going to go into it because I've already kind of mentioned it probably on every single tasting video. So I have 2 glasses here because either this is going to be undercarbonated or overcarbonated. I don't want to get into it too much because, again, I've talked about this in the last like 3 or 4 tasting videos, but basically the priming sugar didn't get mixed properly, and some of the bottles are properly carbed, some are not. So when I open it, it will either be flat or it might be overcarbonated. I don't think I've had one that just came out just right, but we'll see here. Oh, that was a pretty soft whiff, and it's not doing anything in the bottle, so that's not a good sign. I almost don't want to pour it because it seems like a waste of a clean glass. Oh, this doesn't look good. I don't see much of a head coming up on this. This is not boding well, my friends. I don't see much of, I mean, there's some carbonation, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't smell that great. It does not smell like the better. It smells like something's gone bad. I mean, obviously it hasn't. It's been bottled this whole time, and it does have alcohol in it, and it would have other visible problems if it was bad. I'm not worried about it, like, you know, making me sick. It just doesn't smell anything like the others. Yeah, it's flat and not very good at all. All right, that was another dud. Well, hopefully I'll get to a point where some of the bottles are actually decent. I mean, there has been some, but like I said, they're usually overcarbonated or undercarbonated. All right, so stand by. We'll move to the next one. No point in lingering on this. All right, folks, so this should be beer number, well, it's beer number 2. I'm holding up 5 fingers because this should be, so this is, I believe, the 5th tasting video. However, I only finished this barley wine last month. That one that I just showed you that's flat would have been 5 months old. This one I just finished last month. So it hasn't had a lot of time. By the way, I guess I should tell you what it is, right? And I'll post links to all the tasting videos, also to the full brew day videos in the description. This one is the barley wine, 8.6%. Now I believe I believe all of these are well carbonated and everything. This one was pretty interesting last month when I tried it because it was pretty good. I mean, as you can see, it has a decent head on it. I won't say it's like fantabulous or anything, but I mean, it's got a decent head. It's very opaque. I don't know if you can see. When I say opaque, I mean like it's thick, like thick. Actually, it has a really good head. It's really hanging on. Yeah. I mean, I could smell it from here, which is, you know, typical of a good barley wine. It should have heavy, heavy malt. Yeah, it does. You know, I mean, not that there wasn't a lot of hops that went into this, but I mean, there's so much malt. I mean, it is a barley wine. So anyway. I'm trying to decide if it mellowed at all. I mean, it's only had a month to age. I feel like it might have a little bit, but yeah, not discernibly. I mean, it's only been a month. It's good though. I mean, it's a good barley wine. If you like really malty beers, this is a good one. Yeah. But I don't think enough has really changed. There hasn't been anything that significant that I want to spend too much time on it. So I'm going to go finish this because this is a good one. And I'll be back just to open the third one. And then we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a moment. Well, imagine that. My barley wine has magically disappeared. I was just thinking how lucky we are as home brewers because we can make any kind of beer we want. We can make any style of beer that we want and try anything, right? You know, stuff you can't get in your area. It's pretty cool. Somebody had asked me the other day, like, do I try to mimic or make beers that match beers that are made in like big brewing companies? And I said, no. Making clone beers has never really interested me because if I want a Sierra Nevada, I will go buy one, right? If it's in the area, right, then I'll just go buy one. For one, I like to support breweries. And also, if it's on the shelf and I can buy it, I don't know, that's not why I homebrew. I don't homebrew to try to mimic beers that are already out there. I want to homebrew so that I can try to make my own kinds of beers that I can't get anywhere else. I want to make beers that are more natural than what you can buy in the store, meaning less chemicals, right? And I want to be able to experiment and try things that, you know, I can't get here, you know, at least not easily. So anyway, back to the story. This is my wheat wine. I want to say it's 3 months old. No, it should be 4 months old. Anyway, 9.45. So we'll just call it 9.5%. This one. So I'll tell you a little secret. The barley wine is good. It's good. It turned out exactly how I would expect barley wine to taste. However, it's so sort of hit and miss with barley wine. It's not my favorite thing in the world because it's hard to find a barley wine that's balanced, in my opinion. But this one has been hard not to sneak, if that makes any sense at all. As you can see, there's a nice head on it. Looks good. This one turned out so good that I mean, I could drink this every day. I mean, obviously it's got a high alcohol content in it, so, but it is pretty hazy. I think I mentioned that before. But, you know, that's to be expected. It's a wheat wine, and wheat tends to be that way. And I don't recall, but I don't usually use any kind of fining agents like Warflick, so, you know, or Irish moss or anything. Because frankly, I don't care whether it's clear or hazy. It doesn't change the taste, and it's not a big deal to me. So anyway, it looks good. Smells good. It smells, I'm telling you, something about wheat beers and wheat wine. Well, I shouldn't say wheat wine. This is the only wheat wine I've ever had, except for, no, that's not true. I did buy one commercial one. If you watch the video I did when I brewed this beer, which will be in the description, at the very end of that video, I actually also compared it to a commercially made wheat wine that I had found. And the commercially made one was terrible. It did not taste anything like my beer, and it did not taste anything like what I would expect a wheat wine to taste like. So something weird with their beer, but hey, that's okay because I'm happy with what I made, you know? It's so smooth. It's got this, I mean, you can the wheat almost smells nutty, or almost tastes like sort of like a nuttiness to it. But it's super smooth, super flavorful. There's really no bitterness or anything. I mean, this is a good beer. I mean, this is, I mean, I don't enter competitions, but I feel like this could win a competition. It's that good. For me, at least. I mean, everybody has their own tastes, but man, this wheat wine turned out so good. I did mention last time it does seem to be taking on a more wheat flavor the longer it ages, which is okay with me. But otherwise, I mean, you really don't notice the high alcohol content. In my opinion, it doesn't seem any different than, say, a 5% beer. You know, it just it's that smooth. So anyway, that's about it as far as the tastings go. I will be back here, as I said, in a week with the next Smash Beer video from beginning to end. And that one will be fun. And then shortly after that, well, for me, it will be shortly after that because I'm going to start brewing the next Smash Beer after that. But of course, if you follow this channel, you know that I always let my beer ferment for a full month. I won't get into the details, but basically it's to make sure that it gives the yeast time to pull any off flavors back out of the beer before it's bottled or kegged. And it's just a rule that I've always followed, and it's worked well for me. So I'll be doing the third Smash Beer. Probably I'll start brewing it pretty soon. But from this video, it'll be a month, at least, I would say a little over a month. Let's call it a month and a half. You'll get the next one. But that's okay because the next full brew video is coming up next week. So, that being said, I hope you have a great day, great evening, great morning, wherever you're at. And as always, thanks for stopping by and watching my channel. And if you're brewing, happy brewing. If you're not brewing, salud.